Hej, väl den. Jag heter Zack the Demon Lord. Hey world, it is I, Zack the Demon Lord, and yet again another YouTube video. So, in the previous YouTube video, I discussed the Japanese particles. Now, in this video, we're going to be discussing Korean particles, or as they often call them, markers. So, yeah. Essentially, this is going to be a lot of overlapping info. Some of it will be a little different, obviously with Korean, and the last one was Japanese. Korean does do things quite differently. You'll notice this video is a lot shorter, for example. There's a reason for this. Korean has overall less particles in general. Like you might notice with Japanese, there's a lot of overlapping ones and ones that kind of convey similar ideas. In this case, though, with Korean, they didn't. They decided to evolve differently. First off, there's not as much that overlaps, and furthermore, the other thing is with Japanese. As you may have noticed, there were particles that attach to nouns and particles that attach to verbs. The ones that attach to nouns affect how the noun is being used, and the ones that attach to verbs change how the verb or the overall sentence is being used, right? In the case of Korean, there's a distinction here. Particles, or as they call them, usually markers, only attach to nouns, and then instead they have different grammar forms for the verbs. So, you can argue which one you think is easier or harder, but yeah. Now, I will say though Korean has less particles, the way they do them is different, as you will see here very shortly. So, without a further ado, we shall get into Korean particles. So, the first one is n/는. Now you might be asking, why is there two? Well, I can explain. You use n when the noun it's modifying ends in a consonant, and use 는 when it ends in a vowel. So, it does look like they have some examples of this. N and 는 is equivalent to the Japanese wa. That is to say, it is a topic particle. So we're going to read some of these. 나는 학생이다. I am a student. As for me, student is. 이것은 연필이다. This is a pencil. As for this thing, pencil is. 치타는 빠르다. Cheetahs are fast. As for cheetahs, they are fast. 저는 Sorry. 저는 짜장면 주세요. I will say Korean is very hard as far as the romanized version, so you do have to, unfortunately, learn the characters if you want to get good at it. Anyway, though, as for me, jjajangmyeon, please give. Please, I'd like a jjajangmyeon. Please give me jjajangmyeon. E/ka. So, same idea. E is after a consonant, ka is after a vowel. 내가 마셨다. I drink. I drank. By the way, ika is equivalent to the Japanese ga. 저것이 한강이야. That is the Han River. That thing over yonder is the Han River. Han River is. 치타가 느리다. This cheetah They could have added E before here, but this cheetah is slow. 이 cheetah가, this cheetah, 느리다, is slow. 그래서, so 그래서 is the same as, and there's some different versions here that you can add stuff to it. But 그래서 is essentially E/ka, but like honorified. So if you wanted to say the teacher did something, or God did something, or the king did something, you could, if you wanted to, switch it out for gesso. Unfortunately though, gesso is falling out of use, so it's not as common today as it used to be. But the example they have here is 선생님께서 오셨다. The teacher arrived, or the teacher came. Anyway, moving on. 을/를. This is the Korean equivalent to the Japanese o. It is the object particle. And their example is 나는 라면을 먹었다. I ate ramen. As for me, ramen ate. Next they have 에게 and 한테. So, yeah, I would say this is kind of more or less true that they have here. 에게 is more bookish, and 한테 is kind of like spoken speech. But their example is 너에게 할 말이 있다. I have something to tell you. So you two will do speech have. I know that's a little confusing, but literally like to you will say thing have. You can also think of it like that. But anyway, now they use ege here, but you could also say it'd be kind of weird, but 너희한테 할 말이 있다. You could also say that. Yeah. So this is essentially the honorific form of to someone. So here they have, or in other words, the honorific version of this. So 고용주께 선물을 드렸다. I gave a gift to my employer. Employer to, gift gave. Next up, 으로/로. This is kind of like the it's a little different, but this is kind of like the Japanese de, where like you're doing something by the means of something. However, de in the sense of like with items, not places. Also, it can be used as to, like I go to the store, which is kind of more of a colloquial thing, but yeah. Let's read this though. KTX로 서울에서 부산까지 3시간 걸린다. It takes 3 hours to go from Seoul to Busan via KTX. KTX, by the way, is one of the different train lines. It's one of the faster ones. So, by the means of KTX, from Seoul until Busan, 3 hours takes. 내일 호주로 떠납니다. I'm leaving for Australia tomorrow. Tomorrow, I don't know why, but Australia is Hoju. To Hoju, or to Australia, I'm going. I'm leaving. 2. Leaving 4. Yeah. And then here they have 운전사로 취직해요. I'm going to be working as a driver. By means of a driver will be employed, essentially. Next up we have e. E is essentially exactly like ni. It's for direction, location, destination, these sort of things, and time. So their example is 마이클은 8월에 왔다. Michael came in August. So as for Michael, 8th month, which is August, at or in came. 제롱은 일본에 갔다. Jerong went to Japan. As for Jerong, Japan too went. 잠명종 소리에 깼다. Woke up by the sound of the alarm. So alarm sound to awoke, was awoken. 에서. So 에서 is like the other form of de. So it can mean from, but also like by means of a place. So here we have 중국에서 왔어. I came from China. China from came. 방에서 공부를 했다. I studied in my room. By the means of my room, study did. 부터. So 부터 means from. So and mainly like a time sort of from, but also a place sort of from. I guess it's both, but not necessarily like it's like a starting point sort of from. So not like I got a gift from my friend. That would be a different word. Anyway. Which 에서, if you're talking about people, there is 에게서 to mean like from someone, and then in a book form, and then 한테서 for like spoken. Anyway. 부터. 처음부터 끝까지. From beginning to end. Beginning from, end until. Which goes into 까지. 까지 is the until. Up to. 처음부터 끝까지. Beginning from, end until. Next up, man. Man means only. So this is exactly like dake in Japanese. By the way, I didn't say really any equivalents for some of these though. Et was ni. Eso would be like kara. Or de. Buto would be kara. Gaji would be made. And then man would be the same as dake. So they have here 오직 제임스만 한국어를 공부했다. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what ojik is, so I'm gonna cause I'm curious, find out what ojik is. Okay. Apparently it's another word for only, but I'm guessing then that would be like an adverbial phrase. But anyway. What it's saying though, we can minus this though, but only James Korean studies. Not anyone else, just James. No one else has studied it. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm just thinking pronunciation like. So this as a sound when it's by itself is ui, right? As a particle though, they pronounce this more like a. And in fact, there's a lot of times this comes in second or third or whatever place, and it would be pronounced differently. But if this is ever at the beginning of a word, this as a letter, it's ui. But in the case of being a particle, it is always e. So what they have here is 미국의 미국의 대통령, President of the United States. United States is president. President of United States. Like Japanese, it's more of an apostrophe S order. So America's president, sort of. And then, yeah, this will be equivalent to the Japanese no. Do. Do is same as the Japanese mo. It means also. So what they have here is 그녀도 공부한다. She studies too. Or literally, she as well studies. She too studies. Then we have kwa, wa, and rang. So kwa and wa are equivalent to each other. This kind of breaks some of the chain sound-wise with consonant vowel consistency, but kwa is after a consonant, and then wa is after a vowel, and rang is its own thing. But they did fail to mention that rang is after a vowel, and there's also irang, which is after a consonant. But they have here no and na, you and I, you and I, literally. This also means with. So I could say like 나와 함께 그것을 해요. You do that thing with me. Or literally with me that thing do. Now you can also just, as said, use rang. So I could also say 나랑 그것을 해요. I will say Guanhua seems a little bit more bookish and a little bit more formal, and rang seems a lot more colloquial. I can never say that word, but like spoken speech with friends, family, and normal strangers. Anyway, /ya. So essentially, just put it after a name or a noun or something, like this. Mitsuya! By adding the ya or it's like shouting, hey, so and so. So yeah, like calling someone's name. Now, ya is after a vowel, and would be after a consonant. Sorry. And then, in a similar sense, there's also ya or iya. Ya being after a vowel, and iya being after a consonant. And I think they have a good example here. It's like hey or oh. So, like, you'll find this on the Bible, for example, a lot. Anyway, like this example here. 나의 거룩하신 구세주여, oh my divine redeemer, my divine redeemer, hey, oh, whatever you want to translate it as. And that's kind of yeah, that's that. I think that makes everything, though. I mean, it's at least a lot what I can remember. It's a lot easier in the sense, like, you'll notice this was a lot shorter time. It's very clean cut to the point. Sorry, I'm tired. I need to go to bed or something. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, that's been Korean particles. You'll notice it's a little easier in some ways, a little harder in others. But like with Japanese, just keep practicing it. You'll get the hang of it after time. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, Give it a like, subscribe, share with friends and family that might be interested in my sort of content, and we shall see you in the next video. And until then, hey dool!